Hi, students at Smith Vocational. I am Katie Bickham, and I am going to share a poem with you for National Poetry Month. I have two books of poems published. The first one is called The Belmar, and the second one is called Mouths Open to Name Her. Let's see if you can see it. It's pretty bright. There it is. So I'm going to share a poem with you from Mouths Open to Name Her, and it's called Naming. My mother named me when I was the sound wind made in her youth, the flicker of love before she fell into it. My mother named me before she saw me, before my father came to make me. Even Adam, the great namer, saw the beasts before he burdened them with names. When I was a still growing girl, the names she chose closed in, ill fitting like clothes I'd outgrown. I told new manicurists, tire technicians, barkeeps in other countries I was Sophia or Helen or Rose, that my mother named me Genevieve or Julia. My own name was still a lie, I told, the same as those. As I grew older, I kept it pared down like a fingernail, the single crescent syllable, the unshakable Kate, the indivisible Adam. Sometimes, like a child to my mother's skirts, I dashed back to the given, Catherine, to sign a document, to feel full grown. If I could slip into the menagerie between tiger and nightingale, straight and tall and certain of my skin, what name would Adam call me? Perhaps names are a house we learn to live in and then, when traveling, find ourselves referring to as home. My mother named me when I was the sound wind made in her youth. Someday, when I am old, I will hear her calling my name in the wind, and I will finally say, yes, that is me. I am coming. So I want to say a little bit about the poem. One of the things that has always kind of bugged me a little bit about my own name and really the whole process that we use for naming kids is that we name them before they are even here. We name them before we know them. And it's strange, right, that we assign kids these names and just hope that they'll fit. And like many people growing up, I didn't feel like my name fit me. I always wanted to change it to something else. I loved the internet, like, instant messaging was just starting to be a thing, and like chat rooms when I was in middle school. And I loved it because I could go online and like make up all these different names for myself. Um, and part of like getting older is finally like feeling at home with your own body and your own situation. And for me, my own name. So now I really love my name and I feel like it fits me. Um, and our names say so much about us, right? We have like a lot of associations with different names. And this poem to me feels also like it's a good time maybe to focus on this because we also have a lot of people who are changing their names right when they are entering the period of their lives where they're transitioning from one gender to another. So it's really cool that we're like living in a time where people really can kind of change their whole identities if they feel like the one they have doesn't fit. So yeah, for me, like a name is just kind of symbolic of our identities. And when we're little, our parents kind of tell us who we are. But as we grow older, we may struggle against what our parents tell us. We may struggle against who they want us to be. And for some of us, we finally grow into the person they hoped we would be. And for some of us, we say, nope, not me. I'm gonna go the other direction. So I think there's a lot of liberty in thinking about our names and deciding whether or not, deciding for ourselves whether or not we feel like they fit like clothes. So whatever your name is, maybe give it a thought and go home and ask your parents, what were you thinking? It's also really fun to ask your parents if you never had what their plan B was. So who might you have been if they had changed their minds? Anyway, it was really fun to be with you. My website is katiebickham.net. If you ever want to check out more of my work or send me an email and chat about poetry, I'm always happy to do that with students. I hope you have a great National Poetry Month, and I hope you read some poems every day for the month of April, or maybe every day forever, because they're little and short and fun and they fit in your pocket. Have a great one. Smith Vocational, and I will always be back around if you let me. Thanks. Bye.